video of the statistic, and you can watch if you are engineer or math students or another department. But my main goals to learning what is statistic, what is the aim of statistic. And if you don't know pretty well, or if you don't have any idea, you can learning this statistic, I think, because it's hard. But if you're learning the basic concept of the statistic, you can achieve the what you want score or another thing. First, what is statistic? Statistic is the science of data. This involves collecting, classifying, summarizing, organizing, analyzing, and interpreting numerical information. And also, you can watch if you are listening English but you don't understand pretty well some parts of them or some word meaning, or if the some area I will explain with Turkish meaning. You don't worry about it. What is types of statistical application? Statistic involves two different processes. One, describing large sets of data. Two, drawing conclusions, making estimates, decisions, prediction, and etc. So the application of statistic can be divided into two broad areas. One, descriptive statistic, tanımlayıcı. Two, inferential statistic, çıkarımsal. What is descriptive statistic? It's divided two main areas, numerical methods and graphical methods. To look for patterns in a data set, to summarize the information revealed in a data set, and to present that information in a convenient form. Inferential statistics utilize sample data to make estimates, decisions, or other generalizations about a larger set of data. And this topic, fundamental elements of statistics, really important to know what is statistic, and very important. You have to understand what is population, what is sample, measurement. You have to learn well, because other lesson you will see we are using a sample, so meaning is very important. Firstly, a population is a set of units, usually people, objects, that we are studying. For example, all registered voters in Ankara shows with N, the big N. So, what is variable? Is a characteristic or property of an individual population unit. It's really important. This is related about individual. It's change of the persons, like age or gender, weight, height. It's really different. Like you can show in your life weight, height. It can be different. It is a variable. It's changing. It's changed to individual. Measurement is a process we use to assign numbers of variables of individual population units. And another important thing is a sample. Sample is a subset of the units of population. We show with small n, and is a subset of the population. Like you can showing in this is a population and this is a sample of this. Like if you are population is all voters in Ankara, you can generalize like the voters who is 18 years old. Maybe it is like narrow to borrow. I think you can see that it is a micro or macro. You can think like that. And if you don't understand well, you can understand in here. We have to be some example to learn very well. A university wants to understand student study habits. They randomly select 50 students and ask how many hours per week they study. So what's population? What is the sample? What is the variable? Okay. Firstly, what is population? We have to think general of them. So our population is all students at the university. If I saying the Turkish meaning, genel olarak düşmemiz gerekiyor popülasyonda. Yani genel olarak bakıp sample'da onun içindekiler olmuş oluyor. Yani genel olarak bahsettiğimizin içindeki değerleri alıyoruz. What is this sample? Sample is the 50 students who were selected and surveyed. Like popülasyonumuz öğrencilerdi. Sample'ımızda öğrencilerin içindeki 50 öğrenci olmuş oluyor. Yani aslında onun alt alanı olmuş oluyor. Popülasyon bizim buyken sample'ımız daha içindeki alanımız yani örneklememiz oluyor. What is the variable? Number of hours each student studies per week. After we learned what is the type of data, I will say saying that this is a quantitative data. Okay. So, the last question is, what kind of inference can the university make? They can use the sample data to make a conclusions or estimate about the average weekly study hours of all students at the university. Okay, I think you understand what is population sample. It's really important and I think you learned. Types of data. Quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative nicel, qualitative nitel. When you can confuse and you don't know, you can I will some trick if you want. Like ne is the number, and you can think is quantitative, and you can understand. Quantitative data are measurements that are recorded on naturally occurring numerical scale. Qualitative data are measurements that cannot be measured or a numerical state. It's really important. Cannot measure it or numerical scale. They can be only classified into one of a group categories. Okay, I will give some example to learn what is quantitative and qualitative. The bacteria count is strict in the water at each of 30 swimming pools. This is the water at each of 30 swimming pools is quantitative. And this is the occupation of each of 200 shoppers at a supermarket, and this is qualitative. And in conclusion, we learned statistic, and statistic give us a framework for describing variability and for learning about which potential sources of variability are the most important or which have the greatest impact on the gasoline mileage performance. And this is an example to summarize this. Gasoline mileage is it can be affect like weather conditions and brand of gasoline. So whatever your topic in the statistic, it can be changed to variable. So our aim is learning about which potential sources of variability are the most important or which have the greatest impact on the anything. It's our main. aim for the statistic. I hope you learned what is statistic or what kind of fundamental elements and type of data. If you have some questions, you can write in comments. I will be answer. And thank you for listening me. See you the other lesson.